Okay, on my way to Harbor Freight to go pick up some corn ring tools and show you what you can pick up if you have a hardware store in your neck of the woods. All right, here we go. All right, now we're gonna look for the 6-ton press. This is right, asked for Durrell, and I use my 6-ton press like for everything. So here got some vices and stuff. You know, you always want to use this as well, especially when you're doing like sanding your rings. You want to add some detail, engraving. Pretty good prices here at Harbor Freight. This is the one I have. These are pretty inexpensive, $24. You have different sizes, different strengths. So always get a vice grip for your bench as well. I've seen a couple of these as well. When you want to sand the cut edge of your coin or even the reeded edge, people use these sanders. You can change the grit on them, or this could be the beginning one. You see that? Good price. It's $59. And you want to go a little bit more expensive here, but this is a pretty good tool to have as well when you're trying to do detail on your corn rings. You got different sizes here. You have your 6-ton press, 12-ton press. You got 20-ton press right here too. You don't need this big unless you're doing stamping. If you want to do like stamps or die impressions, 20 press is pretty good. Look at that, almost $300 for that. But if you want like a 12-ton press, this is a pretty good one right here. It's pretty big, can't put it on your desk. So you can get one like a 6-ton press. But this 12-ton, it's $169. Not bad. This is 1-ton press I have. They're out of this right now, but 70 bucks. I'll show you how that look on my bench. Okay, but if you get a 6-ton press, you can put that on your tabletop. That looks pretty good. And also you can get the 20-ton if you're doing like impressions. It's pretty big though. You got to have a corner for it. And you definitely got to have one of these, right? When you want to polish your jewelry. So $69.99 is a pretty good price. You know, you can add certain wheels to it. Probably a little better than this, but these are probably good in buffing and stuff. You know, so definitely can use one of these. Price it a buffer for like $69.99. Definitely a good price. And since I'm doing soldering, and so I want to use my other torch, which sometimes blow my solder away. I'm gonna buy this right here, this micro torch. I heard they work pretty well. Directs a pinpoint flame for precision soldering and welding. Okay, I don't know if I got to put it on top of something. Let me see. It's adjustable pencil flame, runs on butane. Okay, I probably can use my tank, I think. I'll check out, see if can I do this. I found out I need one of these. You have these are pretty good. These anvils. Got $24. Definitely need one of them. $74 for a bigger one. So when you do like metal work, I found that these would be pretty cool to have. I would love to have this one because when I'm doing rings and bangles and stuff, but I'm not ready to invest that amount of money for it. $149. Maybe I'll sell the coin ring and I'll get this one. This one I really like, but I can put this on my tabletop. So let me find this one here, okay? $24.99, not a bad price. These are pretty good too for files. I've seen coin ring creators use files like this. I haven't got one yet, but I'm looking to purchase. It's not a pretty bad price, $7.99. But should I get it now? Probably beneficial. I can hold off on it, but that's a good price, especially the round one here. You can get those inside the ring when you're trying to get the detail off, or even outside of the ring. Smooth things out. Pretty good thing to have too. And this is another thing I would like. This is the Yukon 16-inch 3-drawer wood workbench. Absolutely beautiful. I can put all my tools and stuff on top of it. It's not a bad price for $179. Let's see how the drawers look. Real nice. A lot of space. Now I would need one that has an opening so I can get in. I can put my other. This is pretty cool, but I like to have an opening in between here. So there are workbenches for jewelers that you can get, but this is a pretty nice workbench for those who don't have one. Pretty nice. All the Harbor Freight. Get this in here. Non-marring, so you won't even marks in your rings when you're trying to like bang it. I have this one here, the teardrop mallet. $9.99. You see that a lot on coin ring videos, but this one is supposed to not leave any marks and stuff. I guess it's pretty good. It's not a bad price either. $6.99. So I think I'll have to pick this up too. Let's see. Now here I go at the workbench. So all of the tools that I showed you prior to this moment is why sometimes coin rings cost the way they do. You may see some rings that cost $50, $100, $120, $200, $300 I've seen, because you have to account for the tools. Like even something like this. This right here is a hole punch. You want to punch a perfect centered hole in the coin. Now you can punch different sizes. You can punch a 1/2 inch. You can punch, 1 inch, depending on your tool. I had to buy 3 different types, depending on what was my goal for the customer. Did they want 2 rings out of 1 coin? Well, I needed a hole punch that allowed me to make a smaller hole for the initial punch. This one here had to be a certain punch size because I wanted to show certain detail. The customer wanted a medium band, but not too small. So this punch size here allowed me to keep detail of the coin, also by presenting the year. So you have to understand that you have to have these tools, and they do cost a pretty penny. So you invest it, and you have to keep these things readily available. Make sure that they cleaned, make sure they stay sharp. You have to continue to buy torches because they do run out. These items come into mind when I think about pricing that ring. So a lot of times I don't do that many sales because I want to make sure that I cover my costs, especially if it's a busy month. I got to keep an account for tools and wraps that I have to purchase making these things. So I'm gonna be out of business. So you want to keep all of this stuff in consideration when you're doing coin ring creating. Okay, so you want to learn a technique. So what do? Number one, you watch videos. Watch other videos. If you are blessed enough, you can maybe take a class. You have coin ring creators like Skylar Jenkins from Change You Can Wear, who does classes in his hometown of Portland, Oregon. He just built a beautiful studio on his grounds, and he teaches classes there. He also taught classes for businesses such as Pepe Tools, Rio Grande, I believe, Rio. He taught classes there. So you check online, he has classes. He'll teach you this. One day when I learn enough and feel comfortable, I would like to do classes as well. At least teaching people the way I do it. But you want to make sure you have a general understanding of creating, especially having an understanding of the tools, because you have certain instruments that have certain degrees. You have a 25-degree die, a 17-degree die. You have Swedish wraps. And you want to understand that to a point that you can explain it to others. Everyone has a different technique, but there's basic things that everyone does. And you want to make sure that that person understands that concept as much as they possibly can. And then as time goes on, what happens? You learn your own way of doing things. You start developing your own style. But the basics are the basics. You can't get around that. So since I was self-taught, there was no one there to correct me. I kind of picked up some bad habits. So even I want to take a class so I can learn some things. One thing about this community is that other corn ring creators will check you. They will call you up on some things. I remember I had a subscriber watching my videos, and he would critique me to the point to say, hey, you need to learn how to do this. You need to learn how to do that. And I was like, you know what? Well, brother, call me up. Here's my number. And that's exactly what he did. He called me up, and we were friends, man. He taught me certain things that I was missing in my techniques, and it helped me out 100%. And I had another friend, David Russo. Mike Eason was the first friend. Man, he gave me an email. Mike Eason wrote me an email, and I thought we was going to be fighting. But I said, man, thank you so much for letting me know, because you helped me out a lot, especially understanding this new skill. And then the second person was David Russo. Good gracious, David, he was a perfectionist, and he also did some wonderful corn rings, some of my favorite. But in this community, they take their time out to correct you. They tell you what you needed, and I kind of like that. So I always wanted my platform to be just like that, a place where people can come and we can offer each other suggestions and help each other out. Got a beautiful community. You can go on TikTok. You got Navajo Rings, Coin Ring Maker. He's killing it on Instagram. You got Midnight Joe, definitely one of my favorite coin ring creators and business people, because she does it right down to social media, presenting her rings, and she does an excellent job. And she taught me about wholesale. So many things you can do to help sell your coin rings, not just the traditional farmer markets or pop-up shops. She found a way to be pretty lucrative on selling her rings social media wise and doing other forms of business like wholesale. So there's so many things you can do. So I want you to continue to work on your craft. I'm working on mine as much as I can. I would love to reach a bigger audience. And the only way for me to do that is to be consistent. Now, you want to make sure that when you make your rings, you make sure that you know how to size them, you know how to refine them, like you polish. You want to make sure you present it well. And that's one thing that I'm looking to do. I see that some coin ring creators, man, make that shine like a star. And I'm working on getting the right tools like the buffer wheel to help me to get to that point. So even though I've been doing it for 3 years or more, I'm still learning. I'm still looking to get better. So take your time. Make sure you present your work good. Make sure that you do a good job, that people want to recommend you. You know, word of mouth is the best advertisement, still undefeated. If you see someone who is doing something you like, reach out to them. Don't hesitate to talk to them. Ask for some tips. You'd be surprised how many people are willing to help you out. Watch the videos. Look at them over and over again. It makes you a better corn ring creator. I tell people, I realize that this is hard sometimes when you don't have an audience, a crowd. But one way to do it is to really pump up your social media. Don't be afraid. Just post, present it, show your customers work, show people you can get the job done, use customers' referrals, and you'll get there. This ring right here was for a giveaway, but it's another way for me to get my work out. And hopefully the person that receives it will shout me out, and that helps me grow. Find a way to get your work out. Number one, do good work, keep learning. All right, guys, go in the comments. Let me know exactly when and what you want me to make next. All right, take care. JT Corn Ring, I'm out. Hey, if you like the content so far, don't be too shy. Hit that like button and also subscribe to the channel. Get more content like this.